Hello guys, it is Bitcoin Geekend and today it is 5/25 2017 and I want to talk about boring stuff, which is the SP500. And I'm looking at this asset and this may collapse pretty soon, so I just wanted to share some of the ideas that I came across. What we call price of the asset is not really the price. What I mean is this is the exchange rate between the stocks and the US dollar, right? So if we say price is going up, that could mean its share is rising, or the other way around is US dollar is declining. Dollars or JPY or euro, that really depends on how country issue the note or etc. So what if we just rely on a little more reliable perspective? So what I would suggest is maybe if we take a look at dividing the price of SPX with gold. If you think about the origin of the US dollars, that's a note for the gold, right? So we can say, what if we check out the exchange rate between the gold and SPX, and this is the chart that I'm gonna show. And if we go back to a little bigger perspective of the weekly chart, and if I compare the regular SPX itself looks like it's climbing up. However, if we value its value via gold, what's gonna really happening is it's just making a triple top. So if I draw like this, it's a pretty beautiful triple top, isn't it? It's a 1, 2, 3, and it's a kind of declining, and it's just a maybe the descending channel. Of course, we can say this may break out, but we never know until it actually breaks out. So what really showing as of now is a Standard Poor's and real money, which is, well, I would say arguably maybe the gold. And if I take that sort of the idea, it didn't break higher high, so it's having a little harder time to go a little upper. And the other thing is a pretty interesting fact is this is the date that Mr. Trump came into play, November 9th. You remember that day people are crazy about selling all the SPX, selling a lot of stuff, and Canada or New Zealand website was down because so many people went to apply for the immigration, etc. And the gold price spiked really high and they just dropped. So what really happened at the time was, this SPX upper movement done by Mr. Trump's coming on board, right? So this is the date of the start. What I was looking at a forex market, the pretty interesting thing is if I compare this with Swiss franc, it's pretty interesting. The Swiss franc, of course, this is pretty much only the time of after the Mr. Trump, because US dollar dominates all the markets, so that's only the time correlates. However, if you look at the chart like this, well, of course, this is not a Swiss franc, this is the USD CHF. So it's if you play Swiss franc at the future market, that should be CHF USD. But anyway, if you do like this, this USD CHF went up. Well, that means the US dollar went weaker and then just came back, and came back. And what's really happening now is Swiss franc or euro went so strong after the French election date is down, and they just came down. Well, actually, the Swiss francs, the French election days was this. However, it just went up and came down. It was a little tricky. Anyway, so if you look at the level of the price, it's pretty interesting because, well, this is the exact, this is the date that Mr. Trump came on board, and this is the price after French election was done, and the euro Swiss franc was bought like crazily, and it's exactly on the same level. It came down to the same level. So what we can say is probably the rally started from November 9th, which is driven by Mr. Trump, and that was pretty much done last week. That was after the French election is done and went up, and came down. Well, of course, a lot of euro shoulders and Swiss franc shoulders were actually killed a lot with this movement. So this movement was brought by a lot of liquidation, of course. However, if I just take a look at only the price, it's just the same level. And if I just put the SPX again, well, SPX is somehow struggling around here, and it's not coming back to this level. But I mean, it's euro or Swiss franc or some assets coming down to the same level where Trump rally started. And if that really could happen, SPX might goes down, of course. And this is not a SPX. This is a SPX denominated with gold. So if I just change it a little bit, and if this theory really works, I hope it doesn't. However, if it really works, maybe SPX maybe comes down a little bit, and maybe I wouldn't say this level because this is the US dollar quote, so maybe this may be a little higher allocation, but this may be a good time to exit. that's what I came to the idea. And so I personally do not regret the stocks. However, it just seems like this is not really a good time to buy more. However, I don't think it's gonna happen today or tomorrow. Maybe it just takes a little bit of days, because if you look at a VIX level, this is the VIX, this is the volatility index of the SPX, and it's not really high. It's very low. It's very historical low, and it's not showing any sign of moving up. So that means maybe gold stays there. So that means SPX can float like this level. But maybe once some sort of the VIX type of a thing goes up, maybe that may be the time that SPX starts to go a little bit lower. That's just my perspective. Okay, so thanks for listening to my personal view, and I hope you enjoy the video. And I'm gonna bring some sort of another Bitcoin video down the road. Thank you. Bye.